Patrick Mahomes has a surprising number of Super Bowl MVP trophies considering his modest recruiting profile coming out of high school. The quarterback who orchestrated one of the greatest comebacks in Super Bowl history against the 49ers was passed over by virtually every major college program in the country. In this documentary, we'll trace Mahomes' journey from undervalued prospect to NFL icon. You'll hear from coaches who initially dismissed him, analysts who questioned his potential, and teammates who witnessed his evolution into the league's most creative playmaker. His story reveals what happens when extraordinary talent meets unwavering self-belief despite overwhelming doubt from the football establishment. What if I told you that the quarterback who would redefine the NFL was once ranked 22nd among pro-style quarterbacks in his high school class? Patrick Mahomes' journey begins with rejection and underestimation. At White House High School in East Texas, Mahomes dazzled with 4,619 passing yards and 50 touchdowns during his senior year, yet recruiting services labeled him a mere 3-star talent, the kind of prospect overlooked while 5-star quarterbacks collected offers from football powerhouses. The scouting reports on Mahomes read like a catalog of mechanical flaws. Recruiters fixated on his unorthodox throwing motion, heavily influenced by his baseball background. They saw a quarterback who threw across his body and released from multiple arm angles, like a baseball pitcher working the strike zone rather than a traditional signal caller. The way Patrick threw the ball wasn't conventional, recalls his high school coach Adam Cook. College recruiters would come watch him and get hung up on his mechanics instead of seeing the results. I kept telling them this kid makes plays nobody else can make, but they wanted someone who fit their system, not someone who'd redefine it. Mahomes was like an uncut diamond. What scouts perceived as rough edges were precisely the facets that would make him brilliant when properly positioned. His multi-sport background as an exceptional baseball player further complicated recruitment. Many football programs viewed his talents on the diamond as evidence of divided commitment, rather than recognizing how these experiences developed his extraordinary spatial awareness. While traditional powers passed, Texas Tech head coach Cliff Kingsbury recognized that Mahomes' unconventional style was his greatest asset. His air raid offense provided the perfect laboratory for Mahomes to develop without conforming to traditional quarterback expectations. When comparing footage of Mahomes throwing no-look passes at White House High School with his current NFL highlights, the similarities are striking. The audacious creativity was always there, waiting for someone to nurture it. Mahomes bet on himself when few others would, choosing an environment that celebrated his distinctive talents rather than trying to remake him in the image of quarterbacks past. The irony of Patrick Mahomes' college career lies in a single contradiction. The more records he broke at Texas Tech, the more skeptical NFL scouts became. While he was developing the very skills that would revolutionize professional football, draft experts were busy downgrading him for being a system quarterback who wouldn't translate to the NFL game. Cliff Kingsbury's air raid offense at Texas Tech created a paradoxical situation for Mahomes. The pass-heavy approach perfectly showcased his arm strength and improvisational abilities, while simultaneously fueling doubts among NFL talent evaluators. They viewed the air raid as gimmicky, producing inflated statistics without preparing quarterbacks for pro-style offenses. This perception created a significant divide between Mahomes' on-field dominance and his draft stock. His 734-yard performance against Oklahoma in 2016 demonstrated exceptional arm talent, accuracy, and defensive recognition, a total that dwarfed the typical 300-yard good game standard for college quarterbacks. Yet rather than recognizing this extraordinary display, analysts dismissed it as another air raid statistical anomaly. The more his numbers surpassed collegiate norms, the deeper the skepticism grew. What evaluators missed was how Mahomes was developing NFL-caliber skills through necessity. Playing behind one of college football's most porous offensive lines, he mastered throwing from unconventional platforms that would later become his trademark. Constant pressure honed his split-second decision-making and ability to create when traditional options collapsed. His footwork, mechanics, and processing speed improved dramatically over 3 seasons. Patrick had to make throws that seemed physically impossible, recalled a Texas Tech assistant coach. We had a terrible defense, so he was always playing from behind, always having to make something happen. he'd be running for his life and still deliver perfect strikes. This ability to perform under duress would become the hallmark of his professional career. Despite throwing for over 5,000 yards and 41 touchdowns in his junior season, draft rankings placed Mahomes behind Mitch Trubisky and Deshaun Watson. Only the Kansas City Chiefs, led by Andy Reid and scout Brett Veach, recognized something special in Mahomes. Veach had been tracking him for 2 years, boldly declaring him by far the best QB he had ever seen. This conviction led the Chiefs to trade up in the 2017 draft, selecting Mahomes 10th overall, a move that would fundamentally alter the NFL landscape. Now, what if I told you the most revolutionary quarterback development in NFL history began with an entire season on the bench? In an era when first-round quarterbacks were expected to start immediately, the Chiefs took a radically different approach with Patrick Mahomes. This old-school apprenticeship model, having their 10th overall pick spend 2017 watching veteran Alex Smith, would prove wise and transformative for both Mahomes and the league. Mahomes absorbed NFL quarterbacking nuances away from public pressure during that rookie season. In practice, he'd mimic Smith's meticulous pre-snap reads while teammates noticed his raw talent. During film sessions, he'd quietly note defensive tendencies that veterans missed. He refined his footwork while maintaining his unorthodox throwing angles. Kansas City fans caught only a brief glimpse of his potential in that Week 17 start against Denver, but behind closed doors, a transformation was underway. The Chiefs made their boldest move after 2017, trading away Alex Smith, a respected veteran who had just led them to the playoffs. Smith had been productive and reliable. Mahomes remained largely unproven. The trade represented a fundamental shift in offensive philosophy, transitioning from Smith's controlled approach to embracing Mahomes' improvisational brilliance. Andy Reid's coaching brilliance showed in building an offense around Mahomes' distinctive talents rather than forcing him into a traditional NFL quarterback template. Reid and Eric Bieniemy incorporated concepts from Mahomes' Texas Tech days, adapting their system to maximize his arm strength and creative instincts. This adaptation of NFL orthodoxy to a player's strengths became a blueprint for other teams. The 2018 season revealed what had developed during that apprenticeship year. Mahomes' signature moments, the left-handed pass against Denver and physics-defying no-look throws, represented a fundamental reimagining of quarterback play. These calculated risks came from a player who had mastered fundamentals before adding artistic flourishes. His MVP season with 50 touchdown passes and 5,000-plus yards fundamentally altered quarterback development league-wide. Teams suddenly valued mobility and improvisational skills in draft prospects. Personnel executives began seeking quarterbacks who could create beyond structured plays when pressure collapsed the pocket. The championship confetti had barely settled when Mahomes faced perhaps his greatest challenge yet, living up to a historic $477 million contract with potential bonuses pushing it to $503 million. This groundbreaking deal, the fourth largest in sports history, transformed Mahomes from emerging star into the face of professional football. With $500 million came expectations beyond winning games. He needed to create a legacy worthy of such an investment. Mahomes' post-Super Bowl journey required remarkable adaptation as the NFL defensive landscape evolved specifically to contain him. Coordinators assembled intricate tactical chess moves, deploying disguised coverages where safety shifted post-snap and implementing specialized blitz packages that collapsed his escape routes. Defensive coaches obsessively studied his footwork, eye movement, and tendencies, constructing elaborate schemes with surgical precision to neutralize his improvisational brilliance. The Chiefs organization heightened this challenge by trading away Tyreek Hill, Mahomes' premier deep threat. Forced to reimagine their offensive identity, Kansas City pivoted from vertical passing to a more balanced attack. Mahomes began utilizing Travis Kelce underneath, finding Marquez Valdez-Scantling on timing routes, and incorporating running backs into the passing game. His adaptability elevated a completely reconstructed receiving corps. Mahomes' evolution culminated in Super Bowl 52 against Philadelphia. Playing through a painful high ankle sprain, he orchestrated a championship-winning drive with both grit and tactical brilliance. Down 3 points with 5 minutes and 15 seconds remaining, He methodically marched the Chiefs downfield, converting crucial third downs with precise throws and a gutsy 26-yard scramble that sent shockwaves through the stadium despite his injury. This performance showcased his maturity, managing limitations while delivering in crucial moments. That second championship placed Mahomes alongside Kurt Warner as the only player since 1999 to win regular season MVP and Super Bowl MVP in the same season. He joined the exclusive club with Brady and Montana as quarterbacks with multiple regular season and Super Bowl MVPs, all before turning 28. The 2023 season brought another test when the Chiefs' offense struggled mid-season. Critics started to question his magic, but Mahomes responded by securing his third Lombardi trophy in 5 seasons as a starter, cementing his legacy. In our sports mythology, we often celebrate the 5-star recruits and first overall picks who fulfill their destiny. But Patrick Mahomes represents something far more profound, a testament to the flaws in our evaluation system and the power of environment over pedigree. When extraordinary talent finds the perfect ecosystem, magic happens. The Chiefs built around Mahomes' unorthodox style, allowing his unique vision to flourish. His journey from underestimation to greatness reminds us that brilliance often hides in what others dismiss as flaws. Like a phoenix rising from doubt's ashes, Mahomes inspires the overlooked. What unconventional talent within you might change the world, given the right environment?